Going live. Right. I think we are live. I think. Let's wait for people to join and wait for my laptop to start actually working. Turn the sound down. Shush, David. Lovely. At the moment, I'm talking to myself in Zacatecas. Oh, and we've got people starting to join. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Feliz Domingo. How are you all doing today? Hello, Patrick. Hola. Hi, Susie. How are you doing today? And Juan and Pachito. Oh, we've got lots of people today. This might be a good time to do a live stream, I think. Firstly, can everyone just let me know if you can see and hear me okay? Because as you can probably hear, I have a bit of a problem with an echo in this room because my Airbnb is basically empty. Why does it keep saying low battery? It's not low battery, I'm plugged in. Yeah, so let me know if you can hear me okay. Hopefully the echo is not too annoying. My English lessons this week have just been an echo from beginning to end. Yeah, so as I put on the chat, let me know where you're from. What are you up to today? How was your weekend? That'll be awesome. So let's see where everyone is from. I'm looking at my laptop at the same time before we get started. This is a bit of an impromptu live stream. I decided like an hour ago that I would do this. I'll explain why. JR from LA. JR, who shot JR? Dallas, classic. Sorry about that, JR. Andy, how's it going? Happy Monday, although it's happy Sunday in Mexico, although it's Monday in Australia. How's Australia today? Australia, mate. Sacramento, California. Patrick, still based in San Luis? No, I have been in Zacatecas for a week now. So just to clarify, if anyone isn't aware, so normally what I do, especially lately, is I'll have a week of filming and then I'll edit the next week. So this week I've been in Zacatecas and I've just edited all those videos this week to get up to date. I'm now starting to film the Zacatecas videos, which I started today, actually. Yeah, come back to San Luis, Juan. Yes, I would love to. I will definitely be back in the future. Mark my words. Awesome. Alejandro, oh, thank you. You can hear me. Awesome. From Tijuana. Not Tijuana, as I used to pronounce it. Tijuana. It's not that many syllables. Jerry, how are you doing, David? I am wonderful. I do have a bad back because my bed that I'm sleeping on is horrendous. Right, I'm hoping my battery doesn't go. I'm plugged in and it's on 10%, so it should be charging. Oh, 1 second. Let me just sort this chat thing out. Marian, hello. Saludos cordiales. Oh, I know that word. It's similar in English. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump on. I'm going to try and speak slowly today and not speak like a motor mouth like I normally do. I did an update video last month, like a May update, and I was going to do the same thing like a normal video this time, but I thought I can't be bothered, so I'll just do a live stream instead. And in that video, I talked a lot about, what's happening, future plans, the fact that I went a bit crazy in Mexico City, which I'm not anymore, by the way. A Timeless Travel Club, how's it going? I thought I would miss this, but I made it. Excellent. That's because you probably have the bell notification. Well done, everyone who has done that. Yeah, so I wanted to do another June update and have a bit of a chat, and also it's great to do this sort of thing when I'm starting to film videos. So if any of you Mexicans that are watching particularly have any recommendations or things you want to see in videos, because I've started filming today, but I've just been filming like B-roll and scenery shots and taking photos, which you can see on my Instagram. Yes. Right, 1 second. Pachito, nice videos. Thanks, man. Elvia, how's it going? Glendale, California. I've been there. many years ago. I think it was about 14 years ago. I was in Glendale. I was driving through there in a Chevrolet Malibu. Those were the days. Yeah, enjoy beautiful Zacatecas. It is indeed beautiful. Sneak preview. It kind of reminds me of Guanajuato in many ways, but less colourful and less English speakers, which you see in the videos, Zacatecas videos. Put it in the chat. I will come back to it at a later date and read it. What's going on with my hair? Okay, the battery is charging. We're all good. Pedro, hello from Los Angeles, California. Awesome. Love Los Angeles, except I don't like Hollywood. That's where I stayed last time. Okay, I will come back to the chat in a second. So yeah, May, let's do the update. So May was an eventful month. So I started off the month in Querétaro, not exactly in the best place after Mexico City, but that has changed. So it's been the busiest month in a long time. So I worked it out. I went to 7 places in May. So Querétaro, Bernal, Tequisquiapan, Guanajuato, and saw Erin, San Miguel, San Luis, and then Zacatecas. So it's been completely bonkers, completely full on. Timeless Travel Club is getting a bit of lag. Oh dear. My Wi-Fi is full. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's YouTube. My back is killing me. So it's been good to get back to like the travel thing again, rather than being in Mexico City. I thought that was what I wanted back in the day, like a home base, but it really isn't. So it's been good to move about a bit and get back to places like Guanajuato and San Luis this month. There has been a bit of burnout, so I get a bit, oh, everyone's getting lag. What's going on? It's fine on my laptop. Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, so this month has been very eventful. And in terms of the last 2 weeks in Mexico, which we are in now. Hi, Jaime, how's it going? I have booked my place to stay in Monterrey, by the way, Jaime. It's, I think you told me like the southwest. I'm kind of in like centro southwest. I can't remember the area. I think it begins with O. But anyway, that's booked. So the last 2 weeks in Mexico, I'm in Zacatecas until the 8th, which I think is Saturday, and then I bus to Monterrey for a week. Obispado, that is the place. I think it's just slightly to the east, closer to a metro station, because you know me, I have to have metro stations. I can't do walking or Ubers. No way. What is going on with my hair? Anyway, yeah, so Monterrey's all booked. I haven't really done any research, but someone left an awesome message yesterday on one video with so many awesome recommendations. Again, I will only have like 3 days to film stuff in Monterrey, so I won't be able to do everything. And then, if you've seen my Instagram the last couple of weeks, you'll know how, Instagram stories by the way, how frustrating it has been trying to book further travel. So Montreal, so where do I even start? Now, obviously Montreal, I was there last time in December, and snowy, cold. Now it's coming into summer. Obviously there'll be more demand for accommodation, less supply, and that has been the case. So Airbnb has been an absolute nightmare. I've even looked on Facebook groups where I found that many places only take, and wait for it, female only, Indian only. I'm not sure what that's about. There's a lot of Indian students and students themselves. I've looked at things like university sublets over summer, which I think it's Sarah on my Instagram was kindly told me about, but unfortunately they were too expensive at McGill University. But luckily, last night I found somewhere. I'm just worried about my bingo wings then. Yeah, I found somewhere now in Montreal, in Little Italy, not too far from Saint Laurent Boulevard. So, well, it's a bit further north than Mile End. So That's all booked. Happy days. Flight is booked June the 15th via Mexico City, and I will be in Montreal. Everything else that I said the last time is still happening. So I'm going to Paris after that for 1 week. Then I'll be in Turkey, Istanbul, Ankara, or is it Ankara? I never know. There's a fly on my wall. Then there'll be somewhere else in Turkey that I haven't finalised yet. Then I'll be going to Baku, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia, and the plan is to come back to Mexico in October for Dia de los Muertos. Okay, so that is the plan. Let me look at the chat. 1 second. Craig, how's it going? I couldn't move so quickly from town to town. Must be exhausting. It is exhausted. So after this, I'm literally going to bed because I've got 8 English lessons tomorrow. No filming. Are you living soon? Oh, when am I leaving Mexico, Jose? So 15th of June. So I have to leave before July because that's when my visa expires. Obviously, I could just fly out and come back again, but as I said the last time, I really want to do something different, go somewhere new. If you have just joined, we're talking about things to do in Zacatecas. A June update. If you've got any ideas of anything to do in Zacatecas, put it in the chat. That'll be awesome, and I will read it later. Okay, the video is now okay. Good. Lovely. And Craig, you're moving to Querétaro, right? I wasn't the biggest fan of Querétaro. I can't say it. That's probably why. I definitely preferred San Luis and obviously. But it's still nice enough. Felix, sorry, not Felice, I'm thinking Feliz Domingo. Feliz Martinez, good to see you again too. Felix, even. Elvia, I'll be visiting gorgeous England by the end of August. I'll be in London and Oxford. Oh, is England gorgeous? You know that I'm not the biggest fan of England. Probably in a similar way that some Mexicans might not be the biggest fan of Mexico. But brilliant. One of my English students is actually in the UK right now, London and Oxford. Strange coincidence. I was thinking about rather than going to Paris, maybe I could go to London instead, to do like a week of London videos. What do you think? Do you want to see that? This time it will actually be in London if I do go to London, but I'm not sure if I want to. But I could get a visa for Russia when I'm in London. 2 birds with 1 stone. JR, will you ever do your favourite top 10 cities to visit in Mexico? That is the best question I have heard all week. I was thinking of doing that a while ago. Yeah, definitely, that might be a good idea. So it might be like a sit-down video and I put clips of old videos over the top. JR, that is the best suggestion ever, because those sorts of videos do really well because like they are evergreen content, so people still watch them years after, rather than just doing a Dia de los Muertos video that no one watches after a couple of months. Andy, yeah, Airbnb in Tokyo, the same. Oh God, don't talk to me about Japan. I had similar problems there, largely because of female only, and the fact that female only places are usually cheaper than mixed, and only with capsule hotels you will find male only. The world of travel is extremely sexist. Where is the equality? I might do a video about this. It is such a struggle to find somewhere to stay as a male. I'm not a sex pest. I'm not going to attack anyone. But also I get why it's the case, because a lot of cases it's about religion. For example, Muslim women can't stay in a place with men from a different family, so I get it, but it's frustrating. And Japan, oh my God. If you think I'm going crazy now with accommodation, Japan was a whole different level. Okay. Chip, I can't say that. Sorry, Jaime. You can hike up. Is that in Monterey? Yeah. Jaime is going to Iceland on June the 15th via NYC. Is that with, I know, with Wizz Air have gone bust, I think, because I flew with them from NYC to Iceland a few months ago. Craig, visa, where do you renew your visa? I don't, because I'm on a tourist visa. So it's just a case of leaving the country, like, you know, because I did book a flight to El Salvador as an onward flight. So as a UK citizen, I can't enter Mexico without an onward flight out of Mexico, unlike US. So it would just be the case of leaving and coming back again, which I could do, but like I said, I want to do something different for the summer, etc. It seems to be very different in terms of US citizens coming to Mexico compared to British. A lot of people think British passports are so powerful, but they're really not. You know, Turkey, I've had to pay for a visa, whereas I've got friends in New Zealand who don't need a visa. And the whole thing with the States, Canada and Mexico is an absolute nightmare, because not only do I have to get a flight out of the States, for example, if I'm in the States, but it also has to be out of North America. So I can't book a flight to Mexico from the States because I won't be allowed into the States. Which, you know, and every time I've come to Mexico, I think it's about 3 times now over the years, every time I'm asked for an onward flight. So, absolute nightmare. Oh, God, my back. Global Adventurer, how's it going? How's Koyakan? I saw your message this morning. I haven't replied yet about getting the trolley. Turn up your internal radar to level 10 if you go to Istanbul, as in safety, etc. You mean? Totally. Don't worry, that will happen. I'm actually meeting, which has just happened this morning, so Chasing a Plate. I met them in Malaysia about 2 years ago. You might watch them, they're a food travel channel. I've known them since the beginning when I started YouTube. They started about the same time, but strangely they will be in Istanbul at the same time. So brilliant, you know, considering it took months for me and Erin to arrange to be in the same place. That has just happened. Awesome. So check them out if you want to check out awesome food videos. Much better than my food videos, that's for sure. Timeless Travel Club, where will you enjoy Dia de los Muertos? I don't know. So last year I was in Mexico City. I won't do that again. I will be somewhere else. That's if I come back to Mexico. It's not a definite. I will be back in Mexico at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be at that time. We'll see what happens, but possibly Morelia, I can't say it, the one with M, you know, a lot of people recommend to go there, or maybe even San Luis, because after I did the last video in the cemetery, the massive cemetery, I've never seen such a cemetery so big. I can just imagine it with cempasúchil, and someone did say that is the case in San Luis, but who knows. Jaime's flying with Aeromexico. I am also flying with Aeromexico from Monterrey to Mexico City to Montreal. Weirdly, it was cheaper on like Skyscanner to book than the actual Aeromexico website, which isn't normally the case. Bizarre. Speaking of Skyscanner, this is an idea. Other people have done this on YouTube, so it isn't like a first. Where, you know, I will be in a place and I will let you vote for a place where I can go. Probably not just yet because Canada is expensive, but perhaps when I'm in Eastern Europe, where I might be going to Serbia, considering I am 31% Balkan. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me know if that's something you want me to do. You choose my destination. Come to Durango. Unfortunately, I don't have time, Daniel. It's all planned. So Zacatecas till Saturday, and then Monterrey, I can't do it, until the 15th. Durango, you know, I think someone just said about going north in Mexico. Who said that? I've missed a load of things out, sorry. It was Jose. Can you say why most YouTubers don't travel to north of Mexico? Probably, okay, this is going to be controversial. I mean, I have no problem with going to northern Mexico. It's just a case that I haven't got around to it yet. I've been to Tijuana. That was the first place I've been to 15 years ago, or 14 years ago. I did put a photo on my Instagram of me on a burro in Tijuana. I was only there for 2 hours, but I think the reason why a lot of YouTubers don't go there is because of what I talked about in the controversial video recently, which has caused chaos with other YouTubers. But if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, Huns. Yeah, so I think it's a lot about that whole safety thing and the border, and everyone seems to think that all Mexicans want to be illegal immigrants in the States. How many people have I ever met wanting to do that? 0. So perhaps it's because of that, I don't know. But I would go up there, definitely. Just I haven't had time. Monterrey will be the furthest north that I have been, apart from Tijuana. Morelia, yeah, awesome. Have you been there at that time? Timeless Travel Club? I was gonna go there last year, but I think I left it too late in terms of booking accommodation. So if I come back at that time, I will have a look early. Becca, what's happening? You've rushed home to watch your live stream. Yeah, I literally decided like an hour ago that I would do this. Oh, my laptop is frozen. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, I've got like 27 this week. It's going to be busy. Colin, how's it going, Colin? Mr. UFO man. Is the picture okay? Because I'm getting lag on my laptop. Come to France and I will teach you French and make you a French feast. I might take you up on that offer. I will be in Paris in mid-July. I don't speak any French though, although actually I do, because most of English is French when you think about it. Oh cool, the picture's fine. Art Deco! How's it going, Art Deco? Art Deco is the best because she loves Art Deco architecture, as I do. Andy, have you ever used fake onward flight tickets? That's a good question. Yes and no. So I did once, but then I think the website or whatever went bust, so I couldn't use it. And I've heard of a lot of problems with that, where airlines don't accept it and all that shit. So, oh, sorry, I'm swearing. So I just, with Mexico, I had to just book a cheap flight. I think it was about £60. I know it's not cheap, but to San Salvador, which I'm not going to use. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been in Mexico for the last 6 months. Alejandro, we're from Texas, awesome. Not very far away. So I'll be in Monterrey next week, very close to Texas. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying Zacatecas Art Deco. Yes, I am so far. Although this week I've literally just been doing English lessons, and then the days when I'm not, I've been editing, as you've seen. House of Sid, is that right? This is a good question. Are you going to Jerez? Firstly, am I pronouncing that right? Because I'm used to that. But is it Jerez with the... I don't think it is in Mexican Spanish. The short answer is no, because I don't have enough time. So I only have, I've done some filming today. Monday, lessons. Tuesday is filming, which will be, so basically there's going to be 3 videos. The first one is going to be more about street level and food and going to that cantina with the tequila and everything, and various other bits. Also to La Bufa and Cero El Grillo. That's it. Oh, someone's just messaged me saying they can't watch the live stream because of an age restriction. I never put an age restriction on it. Sorry, but never mind. What was I going to say? And the third one will be underground, so in the mines. So it will be very much in Zacatecas itself. Because Wednesday, Friday I'm teaching, Saturday teaching again in the morning, and then I'm getting the bus in the afternoon to Monterrey. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't go everywhere. Yeah, sometimes it would be great if I earn enough from YouTube to quit teaching, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I am looking for like more sponsored videos. I did that with italki last year and another one, a travel company. But unfortunately, italki is my primary income at the moment. Although last month was the best month ever for YouTube ad revenue. So thank you everyone for watching videos. Colin, how about China travel on a red Chinese junk? I also speak Mandarin. Ni hao ma. And teaching Chinese. I have several worldwide contacts and I couldn't speak Chinese. I mean Cantonese or Mandarin. I'd be disastrous. Jose, have you had difficulty in getting your modern amenities in Mexico? Any kind of modern amenities? No, because I'm quite basic anyway. I don't really have modern things. I don't live in luxury, as you can see from this place. I don't even have a sink where I am, so I have to use this bottle of water to clean my teeth and have a shave. It's brilliant, but it's cheap, it's affordable. What do I expect? Yeah. What kind of modern amenities? Yeah, because I have hair straighteners. They're down on the floor. Yeah, I shop at Oxo. I get cheap tacos everywhere. I think that the longer that you travel, so I've been doing this it'll be 3 years in November. Those kind of things don't matter. And because I've always been a budget backpacker back in the day, I generally stay in places like this. So I don't need that stuff. I have one jacket now. In the beginning, I had 5 jackets in a suitcase. I just have a bag now, which is for carry-on. So yeah, I don't really need modern amenities, and I think that it's again, it goes back to the shock and surprise thing. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, think that Mexico is all about cacti and drugs and guys with a sombrero on sleeping under a cactus by the border trying to get into America. But Mexico is modern. I haven't noticed any difference with any country in terms of being able to get what I need. Absolutely not. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, House of Sid, you are absolutely right. Yeah. As long as you have internet, I'm good. Yeah, because every day I need Wi-Fi. If it wasn't for Wi-Fi, I would not be able to do 20 odd English lessons a week and actually earn money. Yeah, but the good thing, if you're interested, with money, I have to plan a few months in advance. So I have a spreadsheet with my income and outgoings in terms of my Talkie, YouTube, Patreon, Roku. So my videos are also on Roku. That doesn't make much every month. And also some other bits. People owe me money from the UK, which I get every month. Planning all my costs, flights, buses, whatever, money for food and accommodation every month. And it's looking all right over the next few months. So I'm in a not a good position, but a better position than I was, say, in Bogota last year, where I ran out of money, and also Hiroshima a couple of years ago. And also because it's going to be expensive over the next month in terms of Montreal, Paris. I'm staying in a hostel in Paris, a bit like what I did in Cuba last year, where I stayed in a hostel and I'm not teaching that week. It's my summer week off. And then Turkey, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia are even more affordable than Mexico, I've got to say. So accommodation's crazy. Well, I don't like the word cheap, because I think particularly Americans use the word cheap and it sounds disrespectful, so I use affordable, because it might not be cheap for the person that lives in that country, depending on cost of living and the economy. Yeah, so it's all looking all right going forward. I don't know how I came onto that point, but it's all good. Andy, you're going to Shanghai and Beijing in a few weeks. Awesome. Love Shanghai. Beijing, not so much, because I got refused entry into China. Have you got a proper visa, Andy, or are you using the free transit visa? I'm assuming you have got a proper one because it's difficult to do both cities in 6 days. Art Deco, yes, less is best. Minimalist. I mean, the only thing that I do have a bit of a luxury, t-shirts. I'm a t-shirt addict, so when I get bored of the same t-shirts, especially if they keep appearing in videos, like the black one with boss mode, the one that's in the Erin video, I've had that since Polanco, May 2018, and it's falling apart. And so I occasionally, throw a few t-shirts out, go to Ciudad con el Pedo, my favourite shop, and buy some cheap t-shirts. That's the only thing I have as a luxury, really. Everything I own is in my bag. I threw everything out before I left the UK 3 years ago. Hi, me. Zacatecas to Monterey, you're going to drive through the desert and the longest straight line road in the country. No curves. That's probably a good thing, considering I got travel sick going to San Miguel. Awesome. How long is that bus? I haven't even looked yet, because I'm probably going to go in the evening on the Saturday. Anyway, Juan, hello. Hi from, I can't say that. I know it's near Taxco, right? Your videos every day getting better. Thank you, Juan. That means a lot. The ones from Zacatecas are going to be slightly different. So normally I just go out, rush around, film a video, done. But today I've taken a bit of time to simply film B-roll and take a lot of photos. So and it means I've been able to spend more time actually getting different types of shots and doing time lapses again, because normally I don't get time to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to film the 3 videos, not upload any of them until I've filmed all 3, and then I will put a bit at the beginning of the first one describing that it's a 3-part series, and I will put shots over the top of all 3 videos, because one frustration that I get sometimes is that sometimes people only watch one video from one place. Like with Acapulco, I did the first impressions video, or I was just walking down the street talking, and people seemed to think that I just went to Acapulco, walked down the street for 10 minutes, and then left. They didn't realise that I did other videos as well, which I can't understand. Maybe it's a YouTuber thing, you don't just go to a place and do one video, because it's not possible to put everything in one video. Okay, 30-day visa, 6 days in each city. Awesome. Wonderful. Lucero, hola, amiga. How's it going? Awesome. So that's, June update. Yeah, you know what's happening, where I'm going. I'm not crazy anymore, although slightly I am. I need to take a bit of a break soon. I think when I get to Montreal, I will take a bit of a break. Hey, guapo. I love that word. Well, you said handsome, but I think I know that in Mexican. In Spanish, sorry. Mexican is not a language. Harwin, how's it going? Mr. Monterey. What place in Monterey are you going to visit? The short answer is, I don't know. Because I'm literally just researching what to do in Zacatecas. But there was someone in a comment yesterday that left some amazing suggestions, so I'm going to look back at that probably later in the week. But if anyone, Harwin, if you have any suggestions for Monterey, keeping in mind that I've only got 3 days to film, I'm not going to go miles out on buses or whatever, because it's too stressful for me. So, and I want to do, it's pretty obvious that I'll probably do a video in terms of downtown and the fact that the whole differences between Monterey and also I don't want to mention this word again or this phrase, but is Mexico safe? I've read a lot about Monterey, about people saying that don't go out at night, but trust me, I'm not even going to say the word safe. After that last video, the one where I was controversial, I swear, I'm drawing the line in the sand. I'm not mentioning it again. I'm not talking about Mexico is safe, Mexico shocked us, Mexico surprised us. and all that bollocks. It really is crap, because it's been done. What is everyone's thoughts on that video, if you've seen it? The one where I said about YouTubers being not genuine. You know, it is not possible to still be shocked after 2 or 3 years in Mexico. They're just doing it for the views. And I've had, I won't go into detail, but I've had some responses from one channel. But as I said earlier, if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. I'm not one of these, you know, offended millennials that is politically correct. I grew up in a time, the 80s and 90s, where you said what you think and you don't really care what people think, and you quite happily give people home truths. And that was the intention of that video. I know one person, me, is not going to change the whole of YouTube, because fundamentally YouTube is about clickbait and things like that. But the scary thing which I found is that a lot of people, in terms of YouTube, feel that is perfectly acceptable, and that is the way it's done to get views, to mislead viewers. And it's quite scary that that is their true belief. That is not my true belief. I believe in principles and ethics and morals. You know, I would never do a video saying, you know, Monterey shocked me, and then you watch the video and I'm not shocked. It's absolute bullshit, and I will never watch these videos or never support these channels that insist on doing that. You can tell it makes me quite angry. Okay. Lucero, I love your name, by the way. You deserve a break. Thank you. I do. So I think definitely when I get to Montreal, the first week, realistically, I'm going to be editing the Monterey videos then, but yeah, I'm going to cut one day out of italki when I get to Canada. I've already done it, actually. So Saturday will no longer be a teaching morning, because I put my prices up with italki. I will be doing some videos about teaching online and digital nomad stuff coming up, just to warn you. I know it's not what everyone wants to see, but that is what my channel is about as well. And actually, my teaching online playlist, it's not at the moment, but for a few months now, it's been even more popular than the Mexico one. So clearly there's an audience there. I've got so many things I want to do in terms of that series. And Colin, you're one of my favourite YouTuber. You are such a talented character with a devil horny thing. Horny? Muy caliente. Thank you, Colin. Yes, even though many of your comments are about UFOs, I haven't seen any UFOs in Mexico yet, although I would love to. I've driven through Roswell in America when I was storm chasing. Again, no aliens. Jaime, whatever you do in Monterey is going to be hot. Yes, as in the weather, right? Yeah, that's one thing I love about Zacatecas, because for the whole time in San Luis, because I think it was because of the heat, I had the worst headache the whole time. It didn't stop. I don't think I mentioned it in a video, but during those videos, it was like a migraine. It was so bad. Food is very good in Monterey. Awesome. What would you recommend, Art Deco? Are there any particular dishes? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm meant to be an English teacher. It's gone. Specific to Monterey. Hi, Aaron Hernandez. You're a Potosino, right? I remember these things when I'm replying to comments, which some YouTubers don't do. I'm going to stop being shady about that now. I promise. Tina's Travel Club, 1 block from my house here in California. 3 people were shot. Right now, I'd rather be in Mexico. Absolutely. It's the same with London. You know, I don't know if, because many of you are in the US, I don't know if UK situation is covered in the US media. Let me know. I imagine things like Brexit is. Don't get me started on that. Theresa May is gone. But yeah, safety. I mean, if I think about London, maybe it's because I'm from there and I lived there for 34 years that I know where you should go and where you shouldn't go, and what times of the day you should go out and not. Because yeah, particularly now, stabbings, murders, drug-related crime, acid attacks. So that's become more prevalent. People having like sulfuric acid thrown in their face, which is a whole thing about guns. You know, because guns aren't legal in the UK, people have to look for other forms of weapons. So stabbings and acid attacks are common now. Yeah, so is all that covered in the US media? I'd be interested to know, because I honestly consider, even though I'm not from Mexico, but I spent a lot of time in Mexico City, and how many times did I see a police tape or something happened? Once, when I was in Doctores, there was a shooting over the road. Outside Oxo, there was a car with bullets all over the floor and smashed windows. But that was the only time that I ever saw something. Whereas in London, you could walk around London and there'll be cordoned off police tape areas everywhere. One day he got raided by armed police, which was fun. So it happens everywhere. We are 41 minutes. This was meant to be half an hour, but as always, it goes on a bit longer. Why not? I was going to get some food for this, but I'll do that after. I had some great tacos yesterday, and I'm so tempted to get them again. Put a little taco emoji if you think I should get tacos again. Yes. Lucero, a lot of other YouTubers are naive and yes, clickbait. A bunch of that is the best thing I've heard. A bunch of clickbait sluts. Lucero, you win the award for the best comment of the day. That's amazing. Yeah, and like I said, the scariest thing is that they think that's perfectly acceptable. I'm going to say it because they said it to me in a message that they would rather that I say the name rather than be passive aggressive. So they've said that to me, so I will do it. So Tangerine Travels, I think, was slightly triggered by that video. Their argument was that there's a difference between clickable and clickbait. But in the video, instead of just putting body parts in thumbnails and constantly saying that you're shocked when you're not, that's clickbait. I'm sorry, but it is. So yeah, I've had to give some home truths. I know that might seem slightly arrogant and patronizing, but that's life. If someone doesn't say it, it will continue. And like I said, the point of that video was to raise awareness of that, and what they said to me, and I don't mind saying this, the thing they said was that why did I tag them in the video, so in the keywords. So if you go on TubeBuddy, which is a thing that we use, you can see what other YouTubers have put in on the keywords, so when you search for them, potentially that video will come up. The only reason I did that, and I was quite straightforward about it, was that it's to draw attention to channels like that. It's not to damage them in any way, because that's never going to happen. But yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore because I said to them it's unprofessional and inappropriate to mention names. But you can see the comment in that video that they have clearly said that they would prefer me to mention their name. So I've done that. But like I said in that video, it almost is not so much about them in terms of established YouTubers. It's the new ones that I'm seeing, which was more the angle I was going at. Every day I'll see new videos with the same old crap. We don't do something different, do something original and new. The only video, it does work, because I did the video in Vallarta last year where I did put, is this Mexico on it? But it was a joke, and I put in the corner, yes, it is. That video got like 40,000 views very quickly. And it does work. And so you could argue that, well, why don't I do clickbait? Because I don't want to, because it's dishonest, it shows no respect for viewers. And that's why I do these live streams, so we can talk, you know, like, because we're all the same. I think that there's a view from some YouTubers that they are better than their viewers, but we're not. You know, just look at where I'm staying. You know, I don't have a lot of money. I just do these videos as an income, yes, but also because I love travel, and also I enjoy the whole interaction thing. You know, when I uploaded a video the other night, and a lot of people think that it finishes when you upload a video, but no, because you start getting comments, and I love replying to them. And I mentioned Chasing a Plate earlier. They do the same thing. They're very passionate about engaging with the audience, because at the end of the day, if you didn't watch and if you didn't come on these live streams, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. That's the fact of the matter. So I think as well there needs to be a change in opinion in how YouTubers see viewers. They're not just a way of making money. They are the reason they are making money. I know that's a bit of a rant, but it's the truth. I will always tell the truth. I don't bullshit, as I keep saying. Let's go back to the chat. Why don't we make this an hour long? Who cares? We're all having fun, right? And if anyone has got anything for Zacatecas, tell me in the comments. I've already got a massive list, but you know, if there's anything like off the beaten track, Louise, who is one of the best people I've ever met in my life, often comes to Zacatecas. So she's told me about the Cantina Quince, which I think is very famous. I've heard a lot of celebrities go there, and painters and stuff, and it's actually very close to where I am. So that will be in a video. Okay, let's look at this chat. House of Sid. Any place can be unsafe. You have to be cautious everywhere you go. The media I can't say that word. Over sensationalizes the dangers of Mexico. It's mostly BS. Absolutely. And obviously I will not comment on your American English spelling. Sensationalizes with an S in British English. I'm joking, by the way. I'm having a laugh. Sandra, hola. Okay, it's in Spanish. But I understand. Hola, soy de San Luis Potosí. Me encantan tus videos. Saludos. You're from San Luis and you love my videos. See, I'm not as stupid as I look. That's a common comment, so I know what that means. Okay, tons of UFO sightings in Mexico. A nice haircut, dude, but think you will handsomer blonde. No way. Okay, Colin, if you want to see me blonde, go back on my videos to about August last year when I was in Medellin, Colombia. I had short blonde hair then. I've been growing it since April last year, and it's just not growing. But I think when I get to Canada, I might cut it off because I've had enough. Harwin, okay, we're back to Monterey. So I recommend Paseo Santa Lucia. I think the other guy mentioned that as well. Is that like a big street? I don't know. I see you like cecina. Oh, awesome. So that's in Monterey. Meat is high quality. I only eat chicken, but know that Monterey's meat is good. Fantastic. Cecina is the absolute best. Hector thinks I should have tacos. Oh God, I'm so hungry right now. I'm thinking about pizza though, because I haven't had a pizza in so long. I know that's bad being in Mexico, but you know, I'm starving. Colin, best you go to Vips and okay, yeah, I know the one. I don't think there's one here though. Subaru for me. I thought it was them. I had recently unsubscribed after booty picture. I know the one you mean. It was something like is this safe with an arse. It's just unnecessary, you know. It should be about quality, thought-provoking and insightful content. We should not be just relying on a thumbnail of a bum or breasts. And if these people cannot understand that, God help them, honestly. Global Adventurer, since you patronize OXO, how do I patronize OXO? Next time, try those. Oh, I know what you mean. Sorry. Patronize. Go to. See, that's wonderful vocabulary. I might use that in an English lesson. Since you patronize OXO regularly, next time try those Bimbo cinnamon. Oh, I've had them. But I don't have a microwave. They're the bomb diggity. Fantastic. I love the 3 little devil chocolate things. I'm addicted to them. And occasionally, I must admit, I do have a hot dog. Ed, hello from Chicago. How's it going, Chicago? Bob, Super Chat is unavailable. Oh, Google having problems today. That's weird. I can click. Oh, 1 second. Oh yeah, Super Chat is unavailable. That's weird. Bizarre. But if you want to do Super Chat, if you want, there is Patreon as well. So if you did want to contribute to this channel, I do have a Patreon page. It's in the description. The link is in the description of all my videos. It's great because all those people I talk to regularly, there's Laura, Hidhir, Cynthie, on Facebook. They're actually on my personal Facebook, so that's one of the perks that you get. So you can see my random ramblings every day that I don't put on YouTube and Instagram. You also, you'll hear updates first rather than waiting for YouTube. Things like that. So it's up to you. It's not, that's another way that you can contribute. And actually, it helps so much because the amount that I get at the moment from Patreon, that can be in Mexico. It can be sometimes like 3 weeks worth of accommodation. Or when I go out and film videos, and obviously I have to buy food and get buses everywhere. That money massively goes towards that. So Patreon is good, and I've purposely never done a video talking about Patreon specifically because I don't want to seem like I'm begging, because I do have other incomes. It might be different if YouTube was my only income, but it's not. Yes. Where are we? House of Sid. No, that is correct. American English. That is your correct spelling from American English. It just when I have English lessons where I have to do proofreading, I have a lot of people in Russia that send me stuff to proofread, and sometimes it's really difficult because they're writing in American English. It just stands out as spelling mistakes. But obviously in America, it's right. And another. Oh, 1 second. Harwin, it's a man-made river. Oh, okay, so that's Paseo Santa something. Santa Lucia, that's it. I got drunk in a place called Santa Lucia in Medellin once. I always remember that name. Tourist boat. Although I did get the bus thing in San Luis with the sombrero, that was cool. Have you been able to witness any tamborazo? Yes, I have. You would have seen on my Instagram, if you follow my Instagram, and you see on my Instagram stories, because I put a big thing on there a couple of days ago. So that's the thing. It would be great if everyone could follow my Instagram stories. Instagram, because I do daily Instagram stories. And often, like when I'm doing videos, I sometimes assume in my head that everyone has seen that. So I might mention something. I know not everyone has Instagram, but it's another, a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. Like I did today actually, so I talked a lot about filming B-roll and stuff, which I don't put in videos. So yeah, but Tamborazo, really cool. So I'm going to talk about that in, it's going to be in one of the videos. So the one I'm filming on Wednesday, I can't start filming until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I've got lessons, which will be good because I'll then be able to be out in the evening. So I don't know if it's just the weekend because it was Friday and Saturday, but regardless, if it is Friday, I'll go out on Friday night and do that again. But yeah, it's cool. Because, yeah, tamborazo, it doesn't seem to have a direct translation in English, but tambor is drum, right? Tambourine, so I get where it comes from. I understand it originates in Villanueva or Jerez. Either one of them. So Zacatecas, basically. Yeah, so it's really cool. It felt like a bit like in Guanajuato with, I don't know what it's called, when, the band is playing and the people follow throughout the city. So that was on Instagram the other day. I did. Jerez. Can someone tell me, is that the Spanish pronunciation, the Spain Spanish pronunciation? Because, I would say like Barcelona, not Barcelona. So is it different? Because I will probably mention that Jerez in the video. I don't want to get it wrong, which I always do. Yes. So Colin, where did you get them good-looking specs? I'm in the market for new ones before I voyage to Paris. Oh my God, glasses. So these are 3 years old. I got them in the UK, and I did have 2 pairs of glasses, but I left them in a suitcase in Kobe in Japan in 2017. That was my spare glasses. So these have been going since then. I do need to get an eye test. It's been 3 years. I think these were from Tesco in the UK. That's a large supermarket in the UK. A bit like Carrefour, I used to work for them for 18 years. Maps, as we Americans say, whilst you call out Tangerine Travel, I feel bad about mentioning them, but they did say that I could mention them. So, they won't watch this anyway, probably. Shots fired. Necessary shots fired. And that video wasn't directed at them, mostly. But I didn't want to. It's not appropriate to mention names in videos. Keisha is here. Keisha loves Spanish. I wish I could say I love Spanish. Sometimes I do. But my German is much better. I actually responded to a YouTube comment this morning in German, and I checked it on Google Translate after, and it was literally 99% correct. I was so impressed with myself. So I would love to go back to Germany and do that. Speak German. And do a whole video in German, because I think I could, just about, with a bit of practice. You were in Guanajuato about 3 weeks ago and loved every minute. I recorded all I could to show how beautiful Mexico is for my channel. Awesome. I need to check your channel, Keisha. Keisha is the best name ever, because there was a girl band in the UK called Sugar Babes, who I absolutely love, and Keisha was one of the original members. And I kind of grew up with them because they're like the same age as me, and they started when they were like 15 or something. So I kind of grew up my teenage years with the Sugar Babes. Sugar Babes for life. So whenever I see that name, Keisha, I think of Keisha from the Sugar Babes. She actually watched my Instagram story once last year. I literally collapsed and died in shock. So that is the Spain pronunciation. Mexican Spanish doesn't have the lisp, yeah. I don't think I've ever done that, because I think I've always known that. Latin American Z or Z is like the English Z. British English Z or American English Z? The Z sound. So is it more like Jerez? Jerez? No, that's oh fuck. I will practice later. Or Jerez. I don't know. Whatever Spanish is, the third Mexican is S. Jerez. I don't know. I might just not say it in the video. That might be a good idea. I like to speak Espanol de los Reales when I visit my family in Toledo. Fantastic. Yes. Lovely. So thank you for coming on, everyone. Has anyone got any last questions you want to ask? A couple of minutes. My back is killing me and I need a cigarette. As always, hilarious and lovely chat, and thank you for interacting. It's great. So Jerez. I think I've got it right. Jerez. It's so natural for me to do because I'm used to saying that with Spain Spanish. I think I might just say Villanueva. No, sorry, Villanueva. Bloody Spanish, so difficult. So what was I saying? Yeah, so in terms of videos, bye Andy. Have fun in China if I don't speak to you. I'm sure I will. Yeah, so I know this video this week has been really like full with videos, but this week coming will not be, so there probably won't be one until Saturday maybe, because I need to film them quite simply, and I really haven't got much time for editing this week. but I'll try my best. Wonderful, wonderful. I might get a pizza now. Lovely. And we've hit an hour, and this was meant to be half an hour. Adios, global adventurer. See you later, everyone. Don't forget to follow Instagram. You can update there. Get an update there. Lovely. Yeah. Bye, Art Deco. See you later.